Hello, everybody, and welcome to Women on the Move's Blog Talk radio show. My name is Leslie Harris, and I am the founder of Women on the Move. And this morning, I am joined by my co-host, Kathy Scott. You recognize her. She's also one of my co-hosts on one of our other shows, The Roundtable. And we are so happy, excited, to welcome to the show Miss Demetria McKinney. Hi, Demetria. How are you?
Hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am fabulous. I'm just very happy to have you here. Before we started the show, I was talking to you about the fact that you are so loved and admired by so many people. And I was asking you if you were aware of it. And you are so humble and you love your fans. But what do you think about that? What do you think about the people who feel like, you've really touched their lives?
I just don't want to let them down. It's it's so honest, because when you get into the entertainment industry, of course you think about the fans and all of that stuff, but you don't think about how you affect them. You know how they affect you. It makes you feel like you've really done your work and people are paying attention to you, and that's wonderful. But you don't really think about the fact that now you have a responsibility to those people as well.
Well, I want to responsibility. One of your wait, just 1 second, Kathy. I just want to say that this person has to be your biggest fan ever, and her name is Aisha, and she's joining us. So I want to say, Aisha, go ahead and say hello to Demetria.
Hi, Miss Aisha. We have spoken since MySpace. How are you?
Yes. Hi. Do you remember me?
I do remember you. Anytime I want to know what's going on with me, I go to your site.
I'm about to cry.
Thank you so much for everything. Oh, gosh.
Well, I sort of want to ask Aisha and Demetria at the same time. Aisha, what is it about Demetria that has captured you, that is really, obviously, you look up to her? What is it?
Her past and how she overcame all her struggles and still made it to where she is today.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
And do you feel like that inspires you?
Yes, it inspires me in so many different ways that I cannot even explain. I'm just so nervous right now, sorry.
No, you sound great, and I know that makes her feel good that you've inspired her, because it's one thing to idolize somebody for the wrong reasons, and I'm a mom, okay, so I'm always telling my daughter, don't look at those people who are doing the crazy things, and I love that she's inspired you. Is there any one thing that you feel like you've been able to really do because you feel like you watch her and she makes you feel like, well, if she can do it, I can do it?
Yes.
That's
very much.
Well, okay, I just want to jump in here really quick. Demetria, you opened with Church Girl last night.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I wasn't able to be in Atlanta, but I hear that it was a smash. How do you do it? How do you go from the stage to the television and then play so many diverse characters? You went from being the daughter of a pastor to a stripper. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, the character I'm playing with Church Girl, Emily Franklin, is unique. I've never played this kind of a character before, which is what I really try to do with each character, get somebody new, because each situation you get a chance to learn. And being a DK, my parents are both very active in the church, Mose and Linda Johnson in Fort Walton Beach. They are so very active. And being in that family environment, I was expected not to make not one mistake. It was like if I sneezed wrong, they were going to go tell my parents. We were going to sit down and read the Daily Bread, and then I couldn't watch TV. So that spotlight is always on you, and the pressure to be a preacher's kid versus being a person learning who you are and growing into your own is such a battle that I think we've all kind of faced. So it was definitely something I could relate to, and it was definitely something that I wanted to portray so that it could spark conversation. My mother and I did not have the best relationship when I was growing up. We butted heads up until really like the last year. We started to get to know each other because I had to let her into who I was versus being afraid of her knowing who I was. So Emily has really helped with that as well, that growth process. So each character, oh my gosh, the stripping? What? Listen to me. Do not let a stripper
ask you. Wait, how did you learn to work the pole?
I have a good friend who actually teaches, and my sister was going to her and was like, we should go. And I was like, I ain't doing that. That's just nah. And then all of a sudden I get offered this script, so I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll give it a try. And that first day, ladies, when I tell you it's so fun and it's so liberating, but the next day when you blink, your eyelids are gonna hurt. Everything.
So you're saying you have to be in really good shape to hit that pole.
If you're not, you will be by the end of it.
Now, what is your favorite? Do you prefer stage or do you prefer television?
They're completely different gratifications. It's like saying, do you like ice cream or pizza? Theater, you get the instant gratification. You know exactly what the crowd likes, what they don't like. You can change it up next time. But you don't get the do-over like you do with TV. If something's not working, you happen to slip, fall, and slide across the stage, you have to work that into the performance.
Now, that ever happened to you?
Oh, God, yes. I had my Beyonce moment.
But she sure bounced up and kept it moving.
And she kept it moving. When I tell you I respected her so much because she had a nice gash. Thank God I've never been hurt. My face has been a little bit twisted up because I'm like, everybody saw me. But no, you just got to pick yourself up.
So now tell us about Janine. What is it about Janine that you relate to in your own life?
I don't think anybody really wants to admit it, but I have addicts in my family. Whether it's an alcohol addiction, whether it's a drug addiction. I had an uncle who anytime he came around, the family would just act like he wasn't there because they knew he was asking for money so that he could go and score some more coke. And because I saw it at such a young age and I saw how everybody else reacted to him, that's just what I picked up. Right. So by the time I was 12, 13, I wasn't very respectful of his plight. So in carrying on the role of Janine, I actually had to go into a couple of I had to go down Edgewood, Atlanta. I had to go down Edgewood. I had to watch people. I had to smell what they're living in. I had to, when we were filming, I would literally go outside, roll around in the dirt, the grass. I mean, people were stopping thinking the bodyguard was like beating me up or something. It was great. But I really, really had to take a look at the prejudices that I had and put myself in the position of the one being tried. And so it gave me a completely different perspective. It's a simple choice. All these characters that I'm playing, I love them because they're choice-driven. I could have really been Janine. I could have really been Emily, and we all have those opportunities. So Janine has really, really, really shut down my judgment factor of people going through things. It's no different than me having debt. I made the choice not to pay my bill. My credit sucks. Therefore, you know what I mean? So it's really the same thing. It's just theirs is a little bit more taboo than mine.
Right. Now, have you always wanted to be an actress?
Oh, God, no. I never wanted to act. I had a friend named Kwanda. In high school, she was in the drama stuff. She would do the plays. I would sit there just to boo, just to tell her what she did wrong. And and so when I was starting, I really wanted to sing, and I was trying to get my singing thing going. I was living in Florida and traveling back and forth between Atlanta working with various producers, and the people who were managing me thought it would be good exposure to get involved in what they then called a Chitlin Circuit play. I did that, and we only had 2 shows. One of them was in Dothan, Alabama, and there were about 30 people in the audience. Mr. Perry happened to be there. And he took my information, and it's kind of gone from there. So sometimes God knows what you want more than you do.
That's absolutely true. And speaking of Mr. Perry, what is it like working with him?
He is brilliantly insane. I have never seen such drive. And, I mean, I'm a military brat, so I know regiment. I know, scheduling. I know this man juggles. He's got a show out. He's doing Meet the Browns House of Pain. He puts out at least 3 movies a year. That's unheard of. This man has inspired me so much too. When I'm asleep and I don't feel like necessarily stopping my drool session to get up and go work out or whatever is going on, he lets me know I have to continue to grow, and that means getting up and putting in the time and the effort. Business-wise, he don't play. He does not play, and that's something that you have to respect about him. People can say whatever about whatever, but at the end of the day, he's doing what God told him to do. He's doing it well, and he's employing so many people here in the Atlanta industry and opening up the industry here in Atlanta for other people to come in and do their thing too. So it's been great.
He is a wonderful, wonderful guy. Now let's talk about your singing, Demetria. Can you do that, Kathy?
I can do that in the shower pretty easily.
Some of the best singers are in there. You know that?
Yeah, I'm a 10 octave in the shower.
A 10, yes.
Oh, yeah. I did want to say real quick, we had Rob Hardy on the show. No, excuse me. I think it was Roger Bob. I'm sorry. Right. And he could not say enough about you and your talent and your commitment and your drive and all the great things that make a well-rounded talent. So he went on and on about you.
Mr. Bob is the man who hired me. He and Ruben Cannon. I had to come in and audition, and I was so nervous, but they made me feel at ease. And he's kind of been guiding me through. You know, if I ever have a question, I'll just call. Down to navigation, he's my Huba tracker. So he is amazing. I thank God for him.
Well, he thinks a lot of you, a lot, and that means a lot too.
Yes, most definitely. Definitely.
And I have to throw out there, in addition to Mr. Bob thinking a whole lot of you, you have to give a shout-out to Jonelle of Jonelle PR, because she is certainly in your corner, and if it were not for her, you know, I wouldn't be able to have you on this show. So, Jonelle, if you're listening, thank you.
Jonelle, thank you for always holding up the Dee Dee pom-pom.
Now, let's get back to the singing. I know you released a single recently, right?
Well, I kind of just put it out there to kind of get feedback. There are a lot of people who say that they want to do something, and it's not necessarily what they should do, even though they want it. So
I can attest to that.
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, we've seen it. So I didn't want to put it out there and really invest the time, the energy, the money into that if it wasn't going to be well received. So it's almost like, okay, I just had this baby. I think it's beautiful. It's so cute to me. I'm about to go to Walmart, and it's dressed up, and the only thing people comment on is the shoes on the baby. I did not want that to happen. So I wanted to put it out there, and thank God for the fans. Thank God for the people who have followed me. Aisha, I cannot say enough how much. I cannot express it much. You are amazing, and you inspire me too. It's really inspirational to know that I have people watching. So I wanted to put it out there.
Demetria, you got to stop that because Aisha is going to pass out.
No, it's funny because I talk about her. It's just so weird because I talk about her daily. If I hear things going on about me, I go to Aisha's site. They do countdowns to my birthday. You got pictures I don't have of me.
You better make some great.
I gotta do it for my idol. I mean, you inspire me. You is my inspiration. I wake up to inform all your fans about you.
And those mean girls don't bother you because you know you got her in your on your side, right? Because life is tough.
Oh, most definitely.
Now, okay, we'll get some feedback from Aisha on the single that you released. Aisha, what's going on with it?
The single that she released, Stay?
Stay.
Yes, that is my favorite song, and I cannot wait until the CD. I am impatient, and so are all the Demetrians.
Demetrians.
Yes,
how funny is that
you
have a group called Demetrians.
That is so hot. Thank you.
We are the Demetrians. We come together all the time, and we just sit there and just discuss Demetria McKinney topics. we just like, oh, we can't wait until the CD come out. Oh, when is the next House of Pain? Or we'll be like, oh my goodness, did you see that new picture? And we just have a good time. We play games. Like I have like these little meetings, and we just have fun, just discussing Demetria McKinney.
And that's what I love. I wanted to put it out there to see what the fans would think, because above that, I would hope that they would be honest with me about what they think. And the only way I'm really going to know is to ask. So I put out the snippet of Stay. I put out a small snippet of Love What You Do. And I am now in the process of working on completing the album. I've had to really, really just put my mind set on that because so much has been going on with the acting that I really have to make sure that I schedule time and make time to do what I loved first. So hopefully it'll be ready next year.
Inspiration for you? Who has been an inspiration for you when it comes to the acting and you know what you're doing? Who do you look to? Who do you look to emulate? And not necessarily emulate, but when you, that's a great choice. And what is
Will
about
Smith. He came from rap. He came from whatever people want to call the hood. He came from obscurity, and he did it, and he did it his way and still remained true to who he is.
Right.
He still seems so genuine. I've never gotten the opportunity to meet him. I would love to work with him. But and then to not only that, but to manage his family, his household, his wife, still have his career, still have his kids growing up the way that they are. I mean, it's just the all around, yes, Will Smith.
Okay. So now, if you were not an actress, a singer, an entertainer, is there anything else that you would have wanted to do with your life that you thought about before all of a sudden you were bit by the entertainment bug?
Actually, yes. I was an art major.
Wow.
You know, the art instruction school thing that you see on TV, I completed that. I had scholarships offered to me to go to school. And I don't know what, for whatever reason, I just stopped. I haven't really picked up a pencil to do that in, that many years. So originally it was art. I really wanted to paint. I love to do portraits and all of that stuff.
You can still do that.
Well, if you don't practice something, sometimes you get a little rusty.
Okay, let me tell you, Grandma Moses was like 80. Okay, you got plenty of time before she even started.
Oh, my God.
Now, with the television show, House of Pain, with the stage play, with your singing, you are so busy. When do you make time for you?
My sister and I have these days called Forget 'em days.
Aw.
And that is at least once a month. We try to make it twice, but at least once a month we sit down, we take ourselves to wherever we want to go. If we want to go get a massage, if we want to go and have dinner, if we want to go to a movie, if we want to sit down and pick our noses and flick what we find at the wall. It's whatever we want to do. We forget about bills, we forget about men, we forget about jobs, we forget about chaos. All of it is out the door for at least that 3 hours of a window. So when everything is kind of building up, you have to take time out for yourself. I don't care if you're a janitor at the elementary school. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you don't take care of yourself, everything else around you is going to consume you, and you get lost in the shuffle. So we make time. The Forget 'em days is on the calendar every month.
Now, speaking of those Forget 'em days, let's talk about the men that you forget. Are you dating?
I am dating.
Ooh. Do tell.
How long?
I have known Terrence for 7 years.
Oh.
And he has been my best friend. We dated for a while before and decided to just be friends. But, sometimes that transition can be just really, really hard and awful. And then, you just can't really do that. But we have always, always been in each other's corner. And he has been, like, my biggest supporter ever. And it's hard to find that in this industry because the long hours, the scenes where I got to kiss Alan, he's going to watch that. So it's it's wonderful. We've been back together for about a year and a half now. And I promise you, if he proposes with a Cheerio, the answer is yes.
Oh,
is
he in the business? Is he in the business?
No.
Yay!
No, he is not.
Okay.
Now, you say that rather emphatically. Did you tell yourself, I'm not going to date anybody in the business? Is there a particular reason why, you seem so emphatic about him not being in the business?
Being in the business and being a woman in the business, unfortunately, just like dating, has its own little stigmas. A guy can sleep with as many girls as he wants. A girl sleeps with 3, she's considered a hoochie.
Mm-hmm. Right.
A woman in the business who is strong-willed, independent, focused, and really, really dedicated to what she wants to do is normally entitled a female dog or just hard to work with. Now, with dealing with that kind of pressure in the industry already, you have to also flip it around and say, okay, this person can handle the hours and everything, but also not be competing with me. Be able to really enjoy the successes with me. And I've dated in the industry and had those problems where, okay, if I was getting too much of a shine, I remember I went to this one event and took some pictures with a guy friend that I wasn't even dating him. But we went together just real cool, and in the press it said Demetria McKinney and guest, and he had a fit because they didn't know who he was.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it gets really, really almost catty sometimes if you're not with the right person. And some people can find that. Will and Jada did their thing, and it's working out great, and, a couple of other people have made it work, but it's really hard to manage that for me.
Okay, shout out to Terrence. Do not lose this wonderful woman. Okay? Because I am telling you, are you going to put that on your board, Aisha? I would put that on your board.
Well, I don't advertise a whole lot, which is probably the exact opposite of what I just did. You caught me in a blushing moment. So I don't.
Yeah, don't you think that makes him feel good too? Because sometimes in a relationship, I've been with my husband for 20 years. There's a time where you think, I wonder if they're really as into me as I'm into them. Now you've said, listen to the world. I love you. You have done so much for me, and I would, give you. I would be your partner for life. Your partner for life. That's a testament. Yeah.
Yes.
Do not settle for a Cheerio. I'm going to sound like your mom. Do not settle for a Cheerio. Okay.
I know he wouldn't do that,
yeah.
but just to show the dedication to him. Yeah.
Hey, do you ever want to direct or anything?
Oh, go ahead. That's a good question.
I was going to ask you, do you ever want to direct or write or do something? Because you were talking about Will Smith and Jada. They do seem to. I think the thing that's worked for them is they do sort of expand to do other things.
Oh, most definitely. Overbrook was a phenomenal thing to me. And recently I just got done playing Coretta Scott King in an Alliance Theater production of I Dream, which was an operatic version of the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. And I was working with Miss Jasmine Guy. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I love her. Now, I'm old enough to remember her.
Oh, my God. She was Whitley from a different world.
She loved that.
Doing her directorial thing and doing it well. But when I tell you the woman has taught me so much about strength in this industry, she's not afraid, and she's not trying to cut anybody. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but she's going to put it right there on the table for everybody to see and understand, to be on the same page. So I've definitely taken some notes from her. Working with Mr. Perry, Roger Bob does some directing. So I'm definitely interested in trying my hand at that, but I just want to get a little bit more experience. But trust and believe, I'm watching everybody. Everybody.
How do you memorize all these lines?
You kind of play it in your head like a movie. Have you ever gone to a movie and just been like, oh, remember the part where they did this and then the guy said that and then it was like, boom, and then the explosion happened, but you knew it was coming? It's almost like that. Like I play each scene in my head as if it were a movie. And of course my favorite scenes are the ones I'm in. So of course I remember all the So that's that.
I think about that. And I'm like, I would be one of those people who they would have to have cue cards everywhere because I certainly wouldn't remember a thing. They would be like, this person is crazy.
And I would be like, Demetria, I would be like, no, I don't think that's what I'd say. I would be like a total torture person. Do you ever do that? Do you ever say, you know what? I would. I always said the worst job for me would be like a court reporter because I'd be sitting there with my face like, what a stupid question.
Well, I've had a couple of moments. Well, actually, working with Mr. Perry and him being my first was really the hardest but the best way for it to have happened for me. The way we film at least 3 to 4 shows a week.
Wow.
So you had to know your lines each day.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, incredibly fast. And sometimes you would get in there having studied the script, and they'll revise, and you have to learn that script by half the day and go and do that new script. So we've had to learn how to adjust, but he's also given us a lot of time to practice our improv. Sometimes we don't remember the lines, and what you see on House of Pain is improv. So we've kind of gotten the best of both worlds and gotten a chance to really learn on the go, learn on the move, learn really fast how to adjust to things. But then I've also kind of gotten some improv in there, and that helps a lot too.
How do your family members treat you now that, you know, you're this big star and you're on television and you're doing all of these great things? I mean, how has your family adjusted to your fame?
I am one of 8 kids. Yes, 8 kids. And at one point,
God bless your mother.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're from different parts of the country and all that stuff. But at one point, 5 of us were living in the house together. And when we would go out, if we went to like Olive Garden or Red Lobster or something, and we wanted dessert, they would make us line up and sing for the entire restaurant to get our dessert.
Oh my gosh.
I went home. This happened, I guess, 2 years ago. I went home and I wanted a glass of wine with my fettuccine. My mother made me stand up in the restaurant and sing for my fettuccine. So they treat me the same. My brother still runs up and gives me noogies. It's the same, and it's great.
Now, were you the only one that was bitten by the entertainment bug? Do you have any other family members, siblings that even come to you and say, "Hey, Demetria, you know, I could do that. I could be on House of Pain. Hook me up."
No. Everybody's doing their own thing, and we've always kind of been like that. My brother Wayne loved to cook. Yeah, not me. Burn grits in a heartbeat. But we all knew what each other's role in the house was. So whenever we went to Red Lobster, they knew I was going to be singing the lead. They were kind of going to be the pips in the back, and we just kind of kept it moving.
Do you see yourself ever moving away from Atlanta? Do you see yourself going to Hollywood or to New York or even down here to South Florida where I am?
You know, that's a complicated one. I love to visit New York. I love Manhattan. I stayed over in Flatbush because the people, the energy is just so unique. And L.A. has its own niche, but I really, really like being here in Atlanta. I mean, if I have to go away for work or whatever, that's fine, but I really want to keep home base here.
Mhm.
I love Atlanta.
Why do you suppose Atlanta has become or is becoming so big as far as the industry is concerned? Because you have Tyler Perry Studios, you have Rainforest Films. Do you see you guys just overtaking Hollywood?
Well, I think that how do I say this? Our contribution to the entertainment industry has not reached its peak yet. I think people are really just starting to delve into who we are through the Will Smith, through the what is his name? Now I can't think of his name, and I love him. Don Cheadle. There he is. You know, through all of these different people who have expressed the ability to do comedy, to do dramatic, to do documentaries, whatever. And with Atlanta being such a hub of us, it only makes sense for it to direct itself this way if that's what they're really looking for.
Right.
And, of course, with the contribution of Mr. Perry and Rainforest being willing to move down here, Warner Brothers is talking about putting a station here, too. So, I mean, everybody's starting to take notice.
Now, what's your opinion on reality television?
Do you know there was a study, and they said that there is this, like, large percentage of teenagers that want to grow up and be in a reality television show? I know! It's called life, Demetria. I don't need to watch someone else.
I mean, everybody do what you do. I'm not knocking anybody, but if I want reality, I will go outside and sit on the bench.
Yeah. I'll watch real people.
But I mean, everything has its place. Like, I'm ashamed to say it, but I'll admit it. I was addicted to Flavor of Love for a while. I had to see who was going to end up with Flavor Flav. I was mad, but I rushed home for it. But then, as soon as that went off, I was watching House, I was watching CSI, I was watching House of Pain, I was watching, you know what I mean? So, right. I mean, everything has its niche, but and And it's weird because, like, Lisa Wu from Atlanta Housewives, we're real cool. And so it's weird to watch her do that, but she's still herself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's so much not reality in reality sometimes. So, yeah.
So you're saying you would absolutely never, ever do it?
Maybe if she's 58 and she is needs that health care, right, Demetria?
Yeah, that would be.
Or how about
no longer a spring
or 86, like Betty White. Give the woman some rest, right?
Hey, something. I mean, like, there's a space for it everywhere for somebody, but just that time has not come for me yet.
Yeah.
So when can we expect you to star as Michelle Obama? Because I know a movie's coming, right? You'd be a perfect Michelle Obama.
Oh, my gosh, that would be so awesome.
Wouldn't it?
I don't know. Shoot, I need to find somebody to start writing it.
You.
There you go. Plant the seed.
You.
Who?
Go meet with them.
Oh, I'm going to meet with them as soon as I figure out who them are.
Okay.
I would love to. I think that would be an amazing story. And just to hear how, because, you know, coming from the Senate and all of that stuff, but just to hear, because that's what I really liked about playing Coretta. Miss Coretta Scott King was a civil rights leader in her own way, but nobody really knew who she was. So when we went to do that, we sat down and we met with the King family, and we got some really, really interesting nuggets about who the people were versus the icon. So that's what I would really like to do.
You have them right there with you. You are already working with them. Put that together. You know, I think you'd be fabulous as Michelle Obama. Don't you think so, Kathy?
I think she'd be great. But I think what's interesting, what I do like about that whole Coretta Scott King is that the family, you know, here you have this wonderful man who changed the world. Then you have, and there's always a wife, you know, that really has to stay at home and take care of the kids. And I don't know if you've been following the SCLC, that they've had some infighting, and now that at least King's wife, King's daughter, is now the head of it. But there were some issues, and he started it, and it drives you crazy to see that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard, and then a lot of it is because of the notoriety of the family. We met with all of them, including Miss Bernice. She was amazing. So
I've heard that. I've heard that she is definitely her father's daughter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but it's like you never really. I mean, anytime I read about them in the books, anytime I saw the pictures, I was like, oh, her hair's so pretty. How did she get that wave with the flower? I never thought about the sacrifice that she had to make. And that would really transfer well into what Miss Obama does. You know, I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to have balance with that kind of a scenario.
Now, have you met Oprah?
No, not yet.
Girlfriend, Australia, December 5th through the 15th. You need to just go there.
Oh, I'm booking it right now.
Right now.
I would love to meet her.
That's another one of those dims.
Yes, that is definitely. But you know what?
You know them that know them.
You know what? You just calling me out a whole lot.
Hey, but you know what? I thought about this, and I was getting ready for this show, and I was, you know, in paying attention to what you've done and looking. First of all, you're very beautiful. I just wanted to let you know that. And those pictures, I saw those pictures that Derek Blanks did of you. Oh, those were amazing. But I was like, you know what? She would be great playing Michelle Obama. So I certainly, you know, intended on throwing that at you and putting it out there. And all jokes aside, I really do think that's something that you should look into. I mean, somebody somewhere is writing something, and it should be starring you. Don't you agree, Aisha?
Excuse me? I'm so speechless here. I'm just sitting here just like this. I can't do nothing.
I want to see you do Rosa Parks, and the reason I say that is I write a blog about history, and there are so many things out there about Rosa Parks that says she was old and she didn't want to get up from her seat, which is totally not true.
Right.
She said that, and the thing that people don't realize is there were a lot of Rosa Parks, or Ida B. Wells. Do you know Ida B. Wells?
I'm sorry?
Yes. Do you know who Ida B. Wells is?
Yes, I do, actually. Yes.
Oh, my gosh. And the fact that she sued the railroad that was trying to, I mean, those types of things are so important. But there were Rosa Parks long before Rosa Parks, but it was at a time where people started focusing on her. And what people don't realize is when she was sitting in her seat, it was the black section. But as white people came on, they moved that. And
they had to move. Yeah.
And
they had to give up her.
But she couldn't just get up and move back. If you were black, you had to get up, get off the bus, go all the way around to the back, and then move to the back. And a lot of times they would leave you. I mean, there's so much that I think that
oh my God,
yeah, that people don't know. That I just really wish the struggles for women, and especially the struggles for African American women. I mean, those are my favorite stories that I post, because I think that, you know, suffragettes, you know, they had their nice, beautiful, fluffy dresses, and they were out there in the parades with their strollers. But let me tell you, black women, African American women who were out there in the struggle, they were being beaten and killed.
Oh yes, oh yes.
And
that was the hardest reality of the play. We featured the Rosa Parks. We featured Ralph David Abernathy. We talked about all those different roles these people played surrounding the story of Dr. King. But a lot of the stuff that we don't know is, I think, what makes us take things for granted.
Well, especially women. I don't think that girls understand today. Right. I just realized that in 1972, women were not allowed to even run in the Boston Marathon until that date. I mean, it's not too long ago. And so what I do love about this generation, though, my daughter's 11, and she loves, you know, Nickelodeon, Disney. I love that you have True, the vice president of a fashion, and she's African American, and of course Raven Simone cracks me up. I'm 47 years old, and I can't watch her without being on the floor cracking up, because I love her sense of humor.
She's amazing.
Demetria, how do you feel that the entertainment industry, speaking of African American women, accept you guys? I mean, you know, you always hear that, you know, your roles are limited. You don't get a whole lot of things because you're not blonde, blue-eyed, or whatever. Do you see that changing? I mean, okay, we have Halle Berry, who won her Oscar. We have Monique, who won hers, Jennifer Hudson. Has that changed anything? Or is it just, okay, they won, and now we go back to status quo?
I think that the change has to start with us. There's always going to be the role of the angry black woman. There's always going to be the role of the woman sleeping around with people. There's always going to be the bitter party of one. There's always going to be those stereotypical roles, and as long as we accept them, I mean, that's not to say there's not a place for them, but there has to be some kind of equal and opposite reaction as well. We can't always be willing to settle for those roles. I mean, I would love to play, oh my gosh, I like Will Smith. The movie with him and Charlize Theron. I would have loved to have played that role. Matter of fact, the movie Wanted. Did y'all see that one?
Yes, I love that movie. As my
that was a wonderful movie.
Long ago.
Oh yeah, but the thing was, the character that Angelina Jolie played was originally a black character.
Really?
Oh, shoot.
You know, so there are different stereotypes, there are different things that we have to take into account ourselves, and that's what I was saying about having a responsibility and hoping I don't let people down, because what I do, just like Halle Berry has paved the way, just like Cicely Tyson has paved the way, just like Charlize Theron, all these different women who have come before me have put down some kind of mark that inspired me to do the next role I'm going to do. So if everything people see me portray is negative, that's what Aisha is going to take back and say, okay, Dee Dee going to play another crackhead, and it's going to be better than the last time. No. Why can't I be Obama's wife? Why can't I be the first person to have really helped to rig something in NASA? You know, all of these different wonderful contributions that we bring forth, we have to bring them forth, because people can only do what you let them do.
Right. And I don't know why, you know, we have that stereotype of sleeping around and everything, because white women sleep around too, right, Kathy?
We're too tired. And we're not as interested. We're not as interested in that kind of, you know, fooling around. We're just,
No, but I mean, it's true. Like, you see a black woman, it's like, oh, she got a whole bunch of weave. White women wear weave before we did.
Yeah. Right? But you know what? I really feel like women in general are tending to become more and more cohesive. I don't think we see color, but maybe that's just me, but I don't think we see color.
It is changing, but it had to be a conscious effort for each side to make that happen.
Yeah. Although, we need to see, we definitely need to see more black women in political roles. I mean, I think Meg Whitman and Carla Fiona, I think those are great, but, we need to see a little bit more of that.
Oh, yeah. We have to show the entire spectrum. We can't just talk, because, everybody has those moments in their culture. Everybody has those pieces in their culture. But if we don't show the whole spectrum, then we're just cheating ourselves. We're cheating ourselves.
Right. Now
wait, this is an important question. Demetria, while you really wouldn't get into that whole reality television show unless it was absolutely necessary, would you do Dancing with the Stars?
I would love to do that. I love to dance.
They sent the Hoff home.
They sent who?
They sent David Hasselhoff home.
Oh, man.
I can't believe he was in there at all.
I was surprised with Osborne. I was really surprised with Kelly Osborne.
Yeah,
really?
She looks good on her.
You want to know who I was really impressed with? And as a matter of fact, I didn't watch it for a while after this. Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim should have won. And
really?
I was upset that she didn't. Really? She should have won, and so I was a little missed about that. I wanted to go talk to somebody and say, hey, this is not right. She really did. She did a great job. So yeah, I was disappointed about that. But you need to get on Dancing with the Stars. I want to see you on there.
I just put it out on Twitter. Hey, Demetria, what's your official Twitter page?
Oh my gosh, I just started tweeting this week. I'm so excited. I am Demi McKinney, D-E-M as in mommy, I, McKinney.
Wait, I'm putting it on A-D-E-M.
I.
Yeah.
And then my last name, McKinney.
M-C-K-I-N-N-E-Y.
And it's really me. It's really me. So.
Official.
I did not think that was you at first. I was there's so many fakes on here.
Yeah, and then the picture didn't help. My sister just tried to put up a picture temporarily for me until I could get home and really just kind of tweak it, so I have a new picture up there. How did you get my picture from Boulevard West? Aisha?
Yeah.
How did you get pictures from Boulevard West?
They is everywhere. They is on Facebook. I try to keep your fans, the Demetrians, notified.
That is amazing. Yeah. So Demi McKinney,
I'm so happy that you.
Okay. 1,000 girlfriends. 1,000 girlfriends is following you now, and I've just put out their official page.
Yeah.
Well, we also need to get her on Dancing with the Stars too.
I already put that out there.
Oh, okay.
I can try to make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's work together.
Hey,
our power combined.
I'm going to throw another person.
Helping us.
I'm going to throw another person out there for you to do a story.
Who?
Fannie Lou Hamer. She's a
little
Fannie Lou Hamer. I know Leslie knows her. And
I'm just trying to figure out why you're saying. You know what, Demetria? You have to really ignore Kathy sometimes.
I think that she would be great for Fannie Lou Hamer because
Kathy is crazy. Kathy is the reason why we didn't have the show yesterday.
I did. Hey, you know what, Demetria? She thinks I'm smarter than I am.
Now I know.
Okay.
Now I know better.
And so she says, "Can you work this thing?" I said, "Sure." I mean, how hard could it be? Oh my gosh! I blew up this.
The show will be starting in 9 hours.
I blew up the switchboard single-handedly. And then Leslie calls me and goes, "What is going on?" Yeah.
What is she doing? One of my girlfriends is a publicist for Drake, and Drake had his concerts down here, and when she came, she borrowed one of my cars, and I didn't realize that I needed to take her to the airport. So I'm like, okay, this is not a problem. Kathy can work the switchboard. I can do it from my cell phone. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong.
Smoking.
I'm calling in. I'm hearing this music. I'm like, what is going on? What is wrong with her?
Hey, I got something in the chat room. I've got a question for you in the chat room from Ann24.
Okay.
I love your work. What other shows would you like to do?
Oh, well, first off, thank you so much. I would like to be on House.
Ooh!
Odd and strange and wonderful, and the whole show, the whole premise, I'm really into that whole kind of thing. And like I said, I try to take different roles, so this would be more of a dramatic Dr. Sue-Ann thing that I would be doing.
Oh, so you wouldn't want to be the patient with the weird, because I'm a hypochondriac. Every time I watch that show, I have whatever it is they have.
No, I don't want to be one of the patients. That looks like it would be painful just to play. I want to be like Michelle Michaels came on there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you'd be good. You'd be really good.
Oh, that would be so fun.
We need to get you on Hawaii Five-0.
Yes, that too.
That was big when I was or Criminal Minds.
Okay, well then I was just about to say, throw out Criminal Minds and call up Rob Hardy.
Criminal Minds, yes. I just saw that for not the first time, but the first time in a while. I started rewatching it, I guess, about a week and a half ago.
I am a diehard Criminal Minds fan. You would be a good BAU special agent.
You know what? I'm kind of interested to see what happens. The new
the
new show. No, the show that. Oh, what is his name? Tall, bald head. Nikki Ari Parker's husband. Boris Kojo. That new show. That's him. That new show that they have coming out. I am very interested to see what happens with that. It's very rare that you have two strong black leads like that, especially playing the role that they're playing. So that would be kind of cool to be on.
I just saw a preview of that, and I'm not real familiar with what it's about. Let us know so we can write in for you.
It's kind of, I guess they're husband and wife, but they're both spies, so they work together trying to take down the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type deal?
Yeah, they're spies.
Yeah. Okay.
Now Leslie's going to play a dead person on the slab for Criminal Minds. But they want her to audition, so I don't know.
Leslie is also going to fire Kathy. How about that?
They want her to audition, so I don't know. She's going to have to do some get into character at some of these morgues around Miami.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, you guys don't pay any attention to her. She is. They talk about the angry. They talk about the angry black woman. That may be me, but she is the crazy white woman.
Middle-aged white woman, yes, who still thinks she's 20 years old, okay?
Oh, you two are cuckoo.
Do you know what life is like when you feel like you're 20 and you look in the mirror and you say, oh, my gosh. All right,
and you realize.
Here, Faffy 2007 says, hi, Dee Dee. Hi, sister. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. And can we call, by the way, before I get too nervous, my heart is about, oh, yeah, sure, call in, but you got to remember to press the button. Right, Leslie?
Yeah, they got to push one, right?
They have to push one.
You can get right in.
So call
come on in.
347-857. There it is, 2102.
Demetria, that has to be a wonderful feeling, though, to have these people love you like this. You know, I was thinking about that, too, after I'd spoken with Aisha. And, I was like, okay, as long as they're not psychopaths, that has to be a wonderful thing. I mean, you don't want to get people into stalking or whatever, but to have such an impact on people that you don't even know. First of all, it's like you said, it's a lot of responsibility, and you don't want to let them down. But bigger than that is you're making an impact, and there's a lot of us who go through life without ever having done that, and you're doing it. So, I want to say kudos to you.
Leslie's bar is very low, though, in terms of crazy because of me. She has.
Oh God.
She has crazy is really free for all.
Anne wants to know if you have any plans to do another movie with Tyler Perry.
I would love to do another movie with Tyler Perry. I'm also looking to branch out. There are a couple of rainforest projects that I've seen that I really like. I was actually supposed to do a project with Warner Brothers, but we were taping House of Pain, and the schedule kind of conflicted, so that was a bummer. But I'm really looking to continue my work with Tyler, but also expand outside the box.
Okay, call in, people. You know what? Can you get Leslie a part as your sister on House of Pain? Your long-lost sister.
My long-lost sister.
That was on a desert island for 10 years.
Okay, Demetria, we have Shelby on the line, and she would like to say something to you. So go ahead, Shelby.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, Shelby. How are you?
Oh my God. Hi, Isha. Hi, Shelby. Oh my God. Okay. Well, I just want to let you know that I'm a huge fan and supporter of yours. I love you so much. I'm from Chicago, by the way. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you do. You're just such a positive influence to me. And you just help me to stay true to myself and to keep doing the things that I need to do to succeed in life. And I just want to say, please keep doing what you're doing. You're just doing big things, and you just make me so proud to look up and admire someone like you. And I am a fellow Demetrian, and I'll be having all those meetings and stuff with Aisha and the co-owners of your site, Faith, and who is Sassy, who she just talked about. That's actually Faith, one of your co-owners, and Andrea. And I just want to let you know that you just have such a strong fan support. Like, I don't know if you know, but you have the best fans in the world, basically. And I just wanted to let you know, and yeah.
That's wonderful.
Aisha, you are doing amazing with the site. You inspire me to keep it up.
Thank you,
So
guys.
you guys
Oh, my
knew
gosh.
each other. You came together as Demetrians. Look at that, Demetrian.
Yes.
Look what you're doing.
Oh,
That's
my
like
God.
that's like your monsters, like Lady Gaga's monsters. You've got your Demetrians. Make sure you guys go to
So cute.
follow
Yes,
her Twitter
And
page.
Dee, I am not the one that just go around like searching. I know you said that I have pictures that you never seen of yourself before. And like I have a whole Demetrian McKinney search team, and they just be coming in with stuff. They like, look, I just found the video. You can add it to the site. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And then it makes me happy that other people didn't see it yet. And they're like, oh my goodness, she is hilarious. I was like, yeah.
I'm the biggest dork you will meet in life. I love to have fun. I have I don't talk about it much. I have an 11-year-old son, and when I tell you, like, we'll be in Olive Garden or something, and he will do something that I don't like, and I just pop him upside the head with some calamari. It gets the point across. We're both happy, and then we'll be on to the next. So I mean, I love life. I love it. You guys are amazing, and it really does help me to keep wanting to grow, to keep wanting to progress, to keep wanting to do things, because I really, really appreciate the time. Y'all don't have to do all of that, and I know that. So I really appreciate that. Thank you,
well,
Shelby.
This is all from our
Thank
heart.
you.
So you inspired us, so we just wanted to give you something back from our heart. Yes. Oh, did you happen to see the that birthday video that we put? Well, actually, like, a lot of your fans got together and put it, like, said stuff, but Aisha is the one who, like, put the whole video together.
I saw that video. I saw the videos where people are telling their different Demetria McKinney inspirational story of their own. I have seen the
saw it?
the
Oh
fan.
my God.
I saw it. I saw the fan site where you had all the fans' pictures and everything that they had decorated, put on there. I've been watching y'all as much as y'all been watching me.
Oh my goodness! I was just like, oh, Didi don't be coming to these sites.
And Aisha, I owe you an apology because somebody came and told me you were real upset that I wasn't at Breaking Up It's Hard to Do. I had a family emergency, otherwise I would have been there, and I would love to meet you.
Yes. I had sent Ms. Janelle a message, and I was like, I was very I wasn't disappointed. I was just saddened that you wasn't there because I was looking forward to seeing new updates and hearing what you had coming up for the future. And I was like kind of saddened the fact that you wasn't able to be there. But it's okay. I mean, she made me feel a lot much better about the situation. So I kind of got an understanding.
Yeah.
Well, Demetria, we have another Demetrian on the line. We have Faith. Yes. Go ahead, Faith.
Hi, Didi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hi, sister. I'm so proud of you. Hi, Faith. Oh my gosh, you're doing so good. Hi, Didi. I just wanted to tell you that I am so very, very, very proud of you because I've heard your story and I heard
You talk about what you've been through and how life has treated you and everything. And I just want to let you know that I admire you so much more than all the other female artists out there, not because of what you do, but because of who you are as a person. One of the things is you're not ashamed to say if it wasn't for God, you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in now. Like you wouldn't be as blessed if it wasn't for God on your side. And that's something that a lot of the other artists don't do. So for that, I appreciate you so, so, so much. And I hope one day I'm able to meet you so I can tell you in person if I don't pass out, but that's a whole other story.
Ace, I'm going to be right with you. We both going to be laid out on the ground.
We are. Look, if she heard half of our story, she would so understand. Dee Dee, we talk about you all the time. It's not even funny.
Yeah. I love that you girls have her as a woman role model. We never, the fact that you're following her. When I was a kid, we had we had all these, I would say you're equate, to Justin Bieber. I love that you are following her and that you're aspiring to be her instead of drooling all over a boy. I love that.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Now,
my God.
Do any of you Demetrians aspire to be an actress or an entertainer like your role model?
Yes, I do. Aisha. I do.
Demetria, do you have any advice? Do you have any advice that you can give them as far as the business?
The biggest piece of advice I can offer you, young ladies, is to know who you are before you get in. Know what you're willing to do. Know what you're willing to accept. Know what you want. And know that you're going to have to work 3 times as hard as anybody else. If your desire to do this is willing to make you sleep with somebody, if your desire is willing to make you club and party and do whatever, what have you, that's you, but understand where that's going to take you. But if you know who you are, if you know what God is to you, if you know what your family values are, if you know that after all of this ends, you want you to still be intact, you have to set that standard before it starts. I could have probably been a lot further than I am now if I had made some different decisions and been willing to get naked or been willing to have a monster's ball moment. But for me, especially with an 11-year-old son, I have to know that one of these days his friend is going to look at what I'm doing.
Right.
And he's going to have to account for my actions. So the biggest thing about film and television is it never goes away. Just like internet, it's always available for somebody to see. So from now to whenever you get to what God has for you, make sure that you make the decisions that you are comfortable with in the long run.
That's
what do you girls think of that?
Advice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm about to cry.
I mean, I got to tell you, that is really harsh. That is harsh advice, and I hope you guys really remember.
Well, thank you, Demetrians, for coming on and saying hello to Demetria. We really appreciate it. I'm very happy that I could make that happen for you. We have about 1 minute remaining. So I want Demetria to let us know, what's going on other than the 1,001 other things that we already know about. I want her to also let the listeners know again her official Twitter page, how they can follow her, what she has going on, and just, let her fans know that she appreciates them. So go ahead, Demetria.
Hello, everybody. First off, thank you so much for the support over the years, for the wonderful outpour of love that I know you all don't have to do. Please follow me. Come join me on Twitter. I'm new, but I'm getting it. My Demi McKinney is my name. It's really me. I read it. I try to respond. If it takes me a moment, I apologize, but I promise I will definitely get back to you. Church Girl is in Atlanta at the Fox up until the 26th. And then I believe we're hitting Philadelphia and New York, so just check the website for listings. House of Pain is scheduled to come back. We will start filming new episodes at the top of the year. And just continued prayers and blessings to all of you. Thank you so much. Aisha, Faye, Shelby, y'all rock. Thank you. I will continue to follow you.
Thank you. We love you so much. We love you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Love y'all.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Church Girl to South Florida?
We actually came this past summer. We were there. We came to Orlando.
How come I didn't know about it? No, that's not South Florida, girl. I'm talking about the Miami, Palm Beach, Broward
We haven't
area.
been there yet. We haven't been there yet. Let us know y'all want us to come.
Well, I will certainly do that.
Let's get Aisha on that.
Absolutely. If you want to know more about my organization, you can look at www.mywomenonthemove.com. We're all about promoting positivity, which obviously Demetria does. You can follow us on Twitter at Women on the Move and then the number 1, and we are also on Facebook. And Kathy, go ahead and do your shameless plug.
My shameless plug, follow me and my 1,000 girlfriends at twitter.com/1000girlfriends or on Facebook, me and my 1,000 girlfriends, that's who, and that make sure you have 1,000 girlfriends have your back, okay?
And Demetria, our door is always open to you. Anytime you want to get something out there, just hit me up, and you're always welcome on this show. You can use it as a platform. And you Demetrians, you can add us, and when Demetria comes, you'll be the first ones to know. But thank you very much. We appreciate your time, and we know that you're busy, and we know that you're about to, continue your grind. But thank you very much, and God bless you. And everybody, I appreciate you listening to our show.
Thank you.
And
I
tune in next time.
so much.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.